Helping Seniors Television, all about improving quality of life for seniors. If you're a senior, know a senior, or plan to be a senior, then this show is for you. It's all about helping you develop your own aging plan so you can age actively and with dignity. Helping Seniors Television from the Helping Seniors Network of information, education, and resources.
So again, I'm Kerry Fink with Helping Seniors of Brevard. And thank you guys for being here. This is our fourth Thursday morning gathering. We always try to do this as a wellness session. Our pledge to you is to try to give you information that is going to help you develop your own aging plan. And that's something that our president and founder, Joe Steckler, has talked about for years, is that we all need to make, I'm getting ahead of myself, we all need to make our aging plans so that we are prepared for the things that come down the road. So the example that I like to use is we say it's just like a hurricane plan. We understand that living in Florida. It does not mean we want a storm. It just means we want to know what we're going to do if something's coming at us. And that's the same thing with the aging plan. So we euphemistically have been calling that helping you get your ducks in a row. And the number one chapter on your aging plan is about wellness. And so our commitment and what we try to do here each fourth Thursday from 11 to 12:30 is to try to get you as much information that helps you to make the best decisions possible. And let me tell you something, we operate the County Senior Information Helpline. So last year we took well over 5,450 calls from both seniors, families, people who are concerned about seniors, about everything, housing, legal, medical, financial, transportation, you name it, we probably took a call on it. And what we've learned from that is we'll try to help anybody at any point in any situation to the best of our ability. But what we found out is if you can get ahead of these things, then you're making decisions when you have time, less pressure, and usually that gives you more options, which means that you might be able to save money, and at the same time, you're making better decisions. So that's our goal as we kind of like go through all the things that I want to talk about. I want to share just a couple of quick things. Well, let me back up. That are just on the calendar that are coming up. Some of us are going cruising June 9th. It's the Helping Seniors Foundation Cruise. And this is actually our fourth annual Foundation Cruise. We've already set the dates for the fifth annual. That is coming up at the end of January. So I can't remember this off the top of my head, but I'm sure we're going to get it out on the website very soon, if not. But think about that last weekend in January and that first week in February. It's great fun. We sail in and out locally from Port Canaveral. We just have a ball. Chris Morse and his wife, Betty, they're both special needs certified, so they love working with seniors who say, I have special complications about my travel. I want to be sure I can travel safely. And so when you come with us, you not only get a great fun crew with everybody from Brevard County, but you also have the luxury of having your travel agent on board. So if anything's going on, they're there to go to bat and try to make sure that everything goes smoothly. A couple other things. This is our big fundraiser, the Helping Seniors car raffle. This year, AJ Hires has given us 6 cars. It all winds up on Sunday, October 27th at the American Muscle Car Museum. This is literally half our budget. So that's why I'm always begging people, buy a ticket. You're going to help us, but you might be driving home in a brand new car, and it's your pick, one of those 6. This is something we're excited about. We call it Eat at Joe's. How many people have ever seen like a diner commercial, Eat at Joe's? This is better than a diner because this is Chef Jillian from Chefs for Seniors. And this is a fundraiser we're going to do Saturday afternoon right here, July 27th. And we had a couple people say to us, can you make the tickets a little bit more affordable? So we heard, and we said tickets are 1 for $45. Couple, if you get them before July 1st, is $75. It's a complete fundraiser for Helping Seniors because everybody else is donating everything. The sponsors have covered all the costs of the food and things like that. And so not only will you have a nice, fun 6 tastings and tea, kind of walk around and stroll and check out what these culinary masters are putting together. But you actually get to go home with a chef's apron, and they literally delivered them today, and they do look great. So Eat at Joe's, that's here. This is something that's actually happening tomorrow. We have a friend who is an AI expert, and I don't know, I'm just putting this out there because a lot of people want to learn how to speak to AI. And this is probably more for our business community. We all want to do our jobs as best as we can, and there's a lot of advantages to using AI correctly for good reasons, and that's what this lady, her name is Jen Hardy, and she's going to help us with that on tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Ricky. Whoop. The handouts for later. Yay. So this is Jen. She's actually going to be teaching the class here. This is actually happening tomorrow from 11 to 3. It's an intensive masterclass, and she is an expert podcaster. She does a podcast called Fabulous Over 50. So she's got the same heart for seniors and all that we're trying to accomplish. But her and her husband have have a company called Hardy House Media, and this is what they do, is they are kind of experts at AI. And one of the things, she came and spoke to a group called Golden Providers and explained that, you know, you've always heard this about computers, garbage in, garbage out. So if you want to make your search for information online, you have to know how to ask the right question. And that's what she's going to teach us tomorrow. And just a basic how to speak AI class is what she's going to be doing. This I'm excited about. Jennifer Barton, who is over there, wave at Jennifer. She's with seniors, helping seniors. Do you want to take 30 seconds and talk about this? Is exciting. This is really cool. This is the first in a chapter called the Living History Series. It's going to be right here. It's next Thursday, right?
Yes, it'll be here. Wow, that's loud.
That's what I said.
That's really loud. It's like hearing myself in stereo. We're really excited about this. I'm Jennifer from Seniors Helping Seniors. So we're with seniors all the time. Our caregivers are seniors, our clients are seniors, and we get to hear so many amazing stories. I remember sitting with one of my very first clients, and there's a picture of JFK in a pair of shorts and no shirt on, and him standing next to him. And he just blew it out. I said, no, get back here. Explain this picture to me. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. And he had this incredible story of flying with JFK's brother in World War II. And I got goosebumps. We meet so many people that you would never know. They have amazing stories to tell. So we've been wanting to do this for years. We're finally kicking it off this year with a client of ours who is going to be 101 in June. Very cognizant, full of life. She's an amazing lady. She's going to come and share her story. May is Holocaust Remembrance Month. Her mother, thank goodness, had the foresight to get them out of Germany. The rest of the family was not so lucky. So she's going to talk a little bit about that and talk about resiliency and her zest for life and her reason for, always enjoying life. So she's just an amazing person. I welcome everybody to come and listen to her. I guarantee you're going to leave uplifted.
Yeah. No, this is exciting. And I really hope that, Jennifer, you guys are going to make this an ongoing series, because I know how much treasure is right here in Brevard County. And, we were just talking about this on the radio. There was a term, if you do really good in your career, like you're an accountant and you do really good, you become a senior accountant. If you become a vice president of your company, then you do really well, you become a senior vice president. And there is a lot we can learn from our seniors if we'll shut our mouths and take a minute and listen, right? So I'm excited about it. Our Palm Bay Renters Workshop continues. There's going to be 2 more. There's one in June and one in July, and that's it. So if you haven't had a chance and you live in Palm Bay, the next one is June 22nd. We meet for breakfast at Mima's restaurant there in Palm Bay on Babcock Street. Attorney Frank Scaglione, who is an expert, he presents on the Florida Bar Eviction Prevention Program. Every time we just did this last Saturday, and everybody walks away saying, this is good information for me to understand my rights as a renter. So it's really a good workshop. Any of these things that we're talking about, you can ask Nancy about, you can ask Karen about, you can call us on our number at 321-473-7770 and say, hey, Carrie zipped by that too quick. Could you give me the date or the information? And they'll be happy to do that. So now we're kind of down to the part I wanted to get us into. We're all about helping you get your ducks in a row, and this is about the Helping Seniors Wellness Series. We're going to do this in kind of this order because let me tell you, if you're a care manager or case manager, you are on the run. I don't see how you guys do it. It's like 24/7. So let me invite Danica Scuderi-Carluccio to come up and Karen Wernlund. You guys, this is a panel discussion. I'm going to turn the microphones over to them, and they're going to share with you some information about care and case management. And I just want to set this up, and then you guys can correct me when I say this wrong. But what I understand case and care managers do is they help you navigate when the doctors come in and say, you have a couple of choices. We could go at it this way. We could go at it this way. For a lot of times, it's just great to have that information so you can make the best decision. But how many know that if the doctor's explaining something to us, we really don't have enough background or expertise to understand what to do or what's the right order to do things in? I heard one of the attorneys that we work with say this, people go through some of these life events once or twice in their life. Maybe it happens to them. Maybe it's happening to a loved one in their family. These guys are working with these by the dozens every week. So when you want something done right, you go to somebody who really knows what they're doing and can help you make the best decisions possible. So with that, there's 2 microphones, 2 brilliant people here. On my immediate right is Danica with Advocates for the Aging. And on my other immediate right, this would be Karen. So round of applause for our guys. Let's make sure these microphones work. And you're on.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you. Do you want to go ahead and start?
You want me to start first or just do a little bit about your business? And then
Sure.
Okay. So I am Karen Wernlund. I'm with Emerald Care Management. This has been my business. I have been in business for 3 years. And basically, if you look at the care management system on just as you would someone on autism on a scale, very little to much needed help. So Emerald Care is down on this end where I want to keep you independent in your own home for as long as possible and as healthy as possible. So I want to just make sure that you have the things you need. I see someone I talked to yesterday. It's so good to see you here. And my favorite story is about a gentleman who broke his foot, his right foot, so he couldn't drive for 6 weeks. So I was his driver, if you will, for 6 weeks. And we teased each other at the end when he finally got the boot off. I said, so now, Jim, you can give me the boot. So he gets to go back out on his own and go to Dunkin' Donuts every single day like he's always done. And that's more or less how my business works. Oh, I'll hand you the...
I'm Danica, as Carrie introduced. Advocates for the Aging has been around since 2008. We are a comprehensive care management and case management company. And what that means is we want to make sure that our team keeps you as autonomous as possible, independent as possible, and navigate those waters related to elder care, placement, rehab, anything that falls under that umbrella of elder care, seniors. We're here to be able to help you and walk through your journey. We formulate care plans to make sure that if you need care, we know what you want and how to perform the duties for a quality outcome. We make sure that we listen and hear you and then formulate yet again another layer of the what ifs. Because there's always a what if. That's why Carrie always says, put your ducks in a row. We want to make sure that if you today are really healthy, we want you to plan ahead and say, what if I need this in the future? Where is the resource I can go to? Who is the resource? And that would be case management. And we utilize our company as a bit on the other end of Karen's because we stay around for a long time from the end and sometimes thereafter with the families. We have not only case management, where our nurses and case managers and our social workers come out in the home, attend medical appointments with you, and provide that support, but we also have bill pay agents. We help you with insurance and benefits. And we also have property management, because sometimes it's very difficult for a senior to get up on the roof and clean out their gutters, or change their filters every month, or what have you. Or if you're dealing with contractors and you want to make sure they're on the up and up, our property managers will walk you through that. So we're there for the long haul to make sure that we can help you stay as positive and quality-full as possible.
Do you want to start asking questions?
Sure.
Okay, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'll ask you.
Okay, she's going to ask me first.
So when you receive a referral, what is your assessment process?
Good question.
Thank you.
Okay, and I took notes too.
So did I.
We let each other know ahead of time so we'd be able to answer the questions for you. So with me, there's an initial assessment. I'm going to find out if there is any medical needs and how serious or not serious are they. And do you wish to remain living independently, or do I need to find someone to help you find some memory care facility? Do you want to improve your daily living skills? That's something I could help you with right then and there. And how about your transportation? Are you still comfortable driving, or no? You want to give your car up? And again, with social support, are you feeling lonely? Are you feeling like you're getting out socially as well as you could? And then daily living assessment. So are you able to take your own showers, cook your own meals, do your housework, do your financial record keeping, and keep all those things going in your own home? And safety in the home is a third assessment that I do. If the pathway's clear in your home, you're not going to trip and fall on your way to the restroom. Are your wires all recoiled? This is all little things that I can take care of. You know, it's not rocket science. We don't need a professor to help us coil up your wires and so forth. Loose rugs, batting on the back, good tape on the back to keep those down. And repairs that are needed. Do you need to be hooked up with somebody who can do those repairs at a reasonable cost to you? And then your physical health, and this is actually where it's my eyes doing the work. So I want to know any issues like, are you having trouble chewing? How about your vision? How about your hearing? Not that I can help you with any of those things, but I can find you the people who can. So I'm those first steps into being able to stay independent by getting all your, as Carrie would say, ducks in a row. And then I actually wanted to learn a little bit more from Danica about property management services and exactly how does that work for a client?
How it works is if there is an identified need in the home where you're still wanting to live in your home, but you just can't maintain the upkeep, or you can't do the lawn anymore and you want a reputable person to mow your lawn, you can call our property managers, and they have so many resources, from contractors to lawn service to pest control, to be able to get out there and help you with very good resources and reliable resources. Our property managers can also, if you have some minor things that you need done, they can come out and help you with that. Fix a lamp, change filters, look at things that you may be troubleshooting because you don't want to pay that $150 or $200 an hour for just someone to come out there. That's what our property managers will come out and do. They will also prepare you for hurricane season. You can give us a call and say, I don't want to put up my hurricane shutters anymore, and guess what? They'll be out there and they'll help you with that and do it for you. So there are various opportunities to make sure that your home is kept up and you can remain in it. Yeah, you're welcome.
So I'm going to answer another question that she asked me about, And it's, do I service all age groups? And actually, I would have to say that 80% of my clients are seniors, but the other 20% is anybody from, they have to be 21 in order for me to be able to care for them. But let's say 22-year-old young man's parents lives in Ohio, and he's going to have major surgery done. He's allowed to come home after he's been in Sea Pine, say, for rehabilitation after 2 weeks. But he is going to be alone. But it's a temporary time period. And at a young age like that, it works well. I can change his kitchen around so he can use his kitchen. I can make sure he can get in and out of the bathroom. Well, actually, I can't change the size of the door. But we can make sure that he's going to get around safely. And I can do wellness checks 1, 2, 3 times a week. And then always I call his parents and say, Jack's doing really well. He's doing well. Y'all don't need to come down. Wait till it gets a little bit better, and then you can go out to dinner together and enjoy each other's company. So yes, anybody, any age.
Our company is a little bit different. We specialize for seniors, 65 and older. However, as you know, there is an exception to every rule. We have a lot of special needs clients, and so their ages vary. We work with their parents to prepare in case of a crisis if the parents are not able to take care of them. We work with the clients so they know who we are. We gain a relationship. We gain the trust. So if anything happens, we come in a crisis period and take that edge off, and we're a comfortable blanket for them to say, hey, we're here for you. We know your parent cannot be or your loved one cannot be, but we are. So our services deal with planning ahead for not only you, but your special needs clients and other loved ones.
That was great. And so pre-planning is probably very, very important. So it doesn't have to be at time of emergency. They can contact you in advance to get something set up, to get a care manager set up with you.
It's very important to plan ahead. So if you're older, if you have a special needs child or loved one, what you want to do is think about, what if I cannot be there? What if I need help? What if you live at home and you're independent and your husband's independent, but somebody has, God forbid, a stroke? Your husband's in the hospital, you don't drive, you don't know how to manage your money. You can call a case manager. If you have them ahead of time, we have an opportunity to sit with you, learn about what you want, the specifics about your care, your life. We have the opportunity to have the groundwork for a super solid foundation to allow us to come in at the time of a crisis instead of while the crisis is happening. So planning ahead with a case manager is almost as important as making sure your estate planning is done. Your power of attorney, your healthcare surrogate, your living will, last will and testament, pre-need guardianship, life estate, all of these things are really important. But if you have them and nobody knows how to execute them, or nobody knows what the roles are, it's half effective. With a case manager, we can even walk your loved ones through, oh my gosh, now I'm named power of attorney. What are my responsibilities? Can you help me? We do a lot of that coaching to make sure that there are very little to no gaps in care when a loved one needs it.
So that brings me to my last question for you. So could you go directly to guardianship coaching and tell us a little bit about that?
So I am a professional guardian. I work with the elderly and special needs also as a court-appointed guardian. So if there is neglect, abuse, abandonment, lack of advance directives, there is the last resort of guardianship. Many times we encourage the family member to be, if there is a family member, to be the guardian. And if that's the case, guardianship is a different world, and not a lot of people know about it except for maybe those negative things that come out in the social media and those movies that are so just crazy, I don't know, sensationalized. So what we do is if a family member has guardian over their loved one, we'll walk them through what you can and can't do in the law, what you can and can't do with banks, other financial entities, with the client's funds, with placement. So we offer that extra service to make sure that the guardianship for the family goes well. And that's what our coaching consists of. So yes, because a lot of clients have hard of hearing issues, are deaf. We have a lot of blind people due to glaucoma or other diseases that have progressed. So we have very creative ways to communicate with our clients. So yes, we can get interpreters. We also, if he may be deaf, but we sign a little, but we write really big too. So we make sure that whatever there may be as far as a care need, we think out of the box and make sure we get through to our clients, talk with our clients, learn about them and their needs.
I think as an apartment house, if they're not,
ADA.
yeah,
Yeah, I would actually ask you, do you have any ADA accommodations? What are the accommodations you have for any type of handicap? I don't want to assume, I would call the city as well. If, start with the apartment complex and then maybe call the city and ask them for some advice.
We would direct that too, because, that's something to be thinking about staying there or as a resident. There's a lot of young people, but there are a lot of older too. It makes sense. It all depends on your lifestyle and how things change. And some of the stuff.
we need a lawyer on the panel.
Right?
But, it's just, yeah. And it's like I don't see any handicap parks. And I mean, I know you can get a sticker if you
Right.
have that much problem with stuff too to use it, as you go along. To use even temporarily when you're out and about.
I would certainly ask the office.
Contacting actually through the city, huh?
And then go to the city and say, what are the opportunities? Because maybe they can do something as well to assist.
Because I know places get them benefits and breaks and things like making it
Right.
that way.
Right. And if you do find yourself in a situation where you have a permanent disability, where you're not able to go back to that second or third floor, there are options within case management and care management where the care and case manager can help you find the next step. Another home, independent living facility, assisted living, a rehab facility. So we're in and out, up and down the county. I only service Brevard. Do you service only Brevard as well?
I only service Brevard, however, I will go down to Indian River County
Okay.
at the northern end of it.
So we look at, I'm in every build, not personally, but my team is, they're in buildings, so they are aware what buildings are really good with communication, with care, with follow through. So case managers are really in the now because we're constantly in the community visiting our clients. So if you want to know if A, B, or C facility is good for socialization and rehab and long-term care, give us a call because we can walk you through that. And that's another advantage of having a care or case manager on your team ahead of time because you never know when something's going to happen. So you want to make sure you've got your ducks in a row. So if a storm comes, a health crisis, a financial crisis, you know who to call. And they already know your situation. So it's really good to plan ahead.
So many places that aren't ADA ready. Stupid little thing. You can't even, not everybody even has disabled bathrooms. I mean, it's
Right.
a shame. And they have a handicap spot and you still gotta walk a mile to your car, your apartment. It's crazy. They're not compliant. But
Well, I don't know what the compliances are, so it's a dangerous field for me to talk.
Me too. I would definitely say, and you can call the Agency for Disabilities as well and find out, what their regulations are and how they could help.
Are there any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
yes, do you have resources? I apologize if you have spoken about this prior. To point seniors to help with wills and trusts.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
So that would come under my upper, name tag, which is Helping Seniors of Brevard. And if you were to call our helpline, which is 473-7770, woo! I got it. All right. Then I can give you 3 or 4 references of people that have been with Helping Seniors of Brevard for over 10 years each. That would be Ruth Rhodes, Bill Johnson, and Amy B. Van Fossen's office. They're definitely, and if you're up in Titusville, we do have Mr. Scarborough up there as well. So yes, we can give you information about helping you fill out a will, or who can help you fill out a will, I should say.
Yes. Any other questions? Well, just to sum it up, it's very important, as I said and Karen said, to plan ahead. You want to know your resources out there, starting with how is your life going to change as you age? What resources are out there for me to make sure that you get your individualized care plan? Start with an attorney, go to a case and care manager. Have all these things already in your pocketbook so you don't have to deal with it in a crisis, because it's not a good thing in the middle of a crisis when you're trying to make some very important decisions about your life. So plan ahead, think about the what ifs, because you never know what's going to happen.
And I know you have one as well. I call mine a share and care, and it's an hour's visit with me and you for no charge whatsoever. You like me, you don't like me, we're going to get along, we aren't going to get along. Just a chance to know what your needs are. And I know you have a similar.
We do. We have a consultation up to an hour. You have to come to our office, or we can do a Zoom call and talk about what services you're interested in and see if we're a good fit for you. And if not, we both refer out. We work very well within our community. That's where we're lucky in Brevard. We have great case managers, great guardians, great home care agencies, great insurance. We can give you the right fit. We can lead you there. If we're not it, we have no problems passing it forward to somebody else.
Is the consultation with you free, or is
It is free. There's no charge, and we sit down and we talk.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for listening to us today, and we'll
Thank
hand it
you.
right back over to you, Carrie.
Yeah, you guys keep one microphone because I'm not letting you guys up quite yet. Because I do have a question, and I'm going to say the question, give you a minute to think about it. First of all, a round of applause for our panelists today. They did these guys are like real heroes because they are on the front lines, and the things that you might have questions about, these are the things that they have probably run across and had to navigate. People say, what does Helping Seniors do? We say we are senior navigation. What we're trying to do is get you to the right place, the right resource, the right answer for whatever it is that's going on. And there's a million different things that go on. That's why I thought it was so important when they were talking about they're each willing to take their own time and visit with you, because everybody's case is a little bit different. There's a certain circumstance, there's a certain thing going on. And you need to talk, while we can talk about generalities while we're up here, you do need to be able to talk about the specifics of your circumstance with somebody who knows, understands, and who cares. So, and I'm going to give you a minute to think about this, but I want to ask you guys to really sum up you've seen the good, you've seen the bad, you've seen the ugly, you've seen the mistakes people have made, you've seen the things that people have gotten right. And I'm going to ask each of you to come up with an answer to the question, what would be the number one thing you would advise all of us in this room to consider about our own aging plan? So I'm going to give you a second to come up with that. I don't just give you, if we had like the little Jeopardy theme in the background.
Need a second.
Okay, go for it.
What I want you all to know that's very important is if you have your estate plan complete, that's wonderful. But do your designees know that they're the designees? And do your designees know, if they're your power of attorney, where your banks are, safe deposit box, your investments, your safe deposit box key in your home, your safe? Does your healthcare surrogate know anything about your health other than, as my mother says, and I say, how are you doing? I'm fine. How is your doctor's appointment? I'm fine. What, you want them to know more. Even though they're your children or your sibling, they may not know where to start if they're your healthcare surrogate. So you have to educate them. It's not enough just to have an estate plan done. It's whoever your designation or designee is, meet with them, talk to them. It's a hard subject, believe me, I know. And make sure they are aware what you want, what you need, where your assets are, where your healthcare providers are. Because you don't want them in a time of need to be fumbling around trying to figure it out. You want to educate them. If they're not local, case and care managers can be the boots on the ground, or as I like to say, the heels on the ground, although I don't have them on today. We're out there with your eyes, your ears, for your family, for you. So make sure you talk about your care and your needs and your wants with your designees, and let them know, hey, there's a case manager out there or care manager that I've already talked to. So if you need help executing A, B, or C in my life, call them. They've already have a foundation, everything about me. They know my primary care physicians. They know all these answers, or they can at least guide you. So make sure your designees are educated, because that's the most important in my eyes.
It's like that HIPAA thing. Make sure you're on somebody's document so they.
Yes. So everyone knows. And in addition to everything that Danica said, I would say reach out. Don't be embarrassed. I've seen 100 times worse. We want to share our love and compassion with all of you. So in addition to every single thing you said, because it's so important to get your ducks in a row, that also don't be embarrassed. I've worked with people that she actually rented a second apartment in Indian Harbor Beach, just down the hall from where she lived, because she was that much of a hoarder.
Oh, wow.
So just reach out, call. Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys so much for sharing. Another round of applause for Danica and for Karen for sharing today. I'm so excited. This whole series came up as a partnership with our friends at CarePlus, who have been partners with the Helping Seniors organization going back many, many years. CarePlus is a Medicare Advantage plan. I'm going to try to stay in my lane and not mess this up, because Christine, who's going to come up here, she'll be able to give you the full talk on it. But one of the things that I think is valuable when you get that choice each year to choose what plan you're going to use for the following year, I always encourage people to take a look at your options. Just because what you had this past year worked okay doesn't mean that somebody didn't change something in the formulary. Something that was covered is no longer covered. And it really makes sense to sit down with somebody who's an expert and let them look at your situation and guide you through your particulars. Because again, how you need to access medical care could be quite different from the person who is sitting next to you. And so when we were talking about ideas that would make a difference in the community years ago, even during COVID, when people couldn't get out, we worked together with CarePlus, and we did a whole program where it was all online, because that's all we could do in those days. But it was always about getting information into the hands of seniors. And so today, Christine Quattroni, right there, she's waving, and she's been with the organization several years now, has a lot of experience in this whole side of it. And I got to tell you, you guys have really been a blessing to the Helping Seniors world, not only in terms of supporting the work of Helping Seniors, but also with the information you bring. So she's got a great program today, which should leave us in a very happy mood, called Aging Happily. So, ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause for Christine from CarePlus. And the clicker should work. If it doesn't yell, we'll make it work.
Thank you. So, is everybody having fun today? Yes. Thank you all for coming. It's so nice that we all get to like talk to each other and socialize. So that is definitely one of the topics that we'll go over, socializing and how important it is. I'm Christine. I work for CarePlus. I also work for Humana. So CarePlus is a Medicare Advantage plan. We have a lot of great plans. If anybody would like information about any of the plans, please let me know. We have plans for people that are on Medicaid and Medicare, plans for people that have chronic health conditions. We have plans for veterans, and also just people that are on straight Medicare. And we have a great plan where you can get money back in your Part B. So we have 2 different plans where you get reimbursed into your Social Security check. That should make you happy. More money. Let's see. Oh, that's me. Quattrone. Okay, things to remember. What we talk about today does not replace professional health care. For medical guidance, please talk to your doctor. Consult your doctor before beginning any new exercise or dietary regimen. And remember, this is a safe zone. Keep conversations to a minimum. That's actually not true. If anybody would like to join the conversation, please feel free. Ask questions, interrupt, I don't mind. So the agenda is embracing the gift of aging, myths and facts about aging, tips to help you age well, and habits that may speed up aging. So bad habits that may speed up aging. Okay. Are you young at heart? Getting caught up in your chronological age may cause you to miss out on all the opportunities life has to offer. Consider these questions. How old would you be if you didn't know how old you were? I always do this. I'm like 28 forever. Like that was the year I was like, I'm done, I'm happy. Like, life is good. I was having a great time, and I'm like 28 forever. So I feel like I'm trying to like keep my mind in that mindset all the time. And then sometimes, I'll do crazy pickleball, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not 28. But I sprained my ankle because, I thought I could just like dive for the ball. So yeah, and it's still killing me. So what's the craziest thing you've done to stay young? And what's on your bucket list? Right, I know. Like money is like an issue for a lot of our, like I would love to go to Italy. Oh my God. I haven't been there yet. Don't have the money for it right now, but it's, I know. I really want to go. I know. I'm like thinking maybe like 2 years from now. So I know. I'm hoping. I don't know. Saving. I'm. Yeah. I'm actually not saving at the moment. But so does anybody have any comments or like what's the craziest thing you've done to stay young? Anyone? Exercise, that's good. The gifts of aging. Good news. You can choose which lens to view aging through. You can look at it as a liability or an asset. Consider these questions. What does aging happily mean to you? What are some ungraceful parts of getting older? Who are the icons of aging? What is your favorite thing about getting older? Nothing? Senior discount. Yeah, okay. So, what does aging happily mean to you? Okay, anybody? What does aging happily mean to you? Get old gracefully. Very good. Right. You always want people to think you're younger than what you are, right? Doing things you love. Not having to work. That's nice.
And I wait in line and people are like, oh, I'm sorry you have to wait. I'm like, hey, I'm retired. I have all day, so okay.
Right. So we need to have like patience because you have time. Who are the icons of aging? Anybody? Meryl Streep. Carol Burnett. She's on a show right now on Apple TV called Palm Beach. Really? Wow. Okay. So she's still working, still funny, and she's in a hit TV show right now. So go Carol Burnett. Cher, definitely.
This double standard where it's okay for a man to have a younger woman and a woman can't have a younger man, that upsets me the most. And Cher is definitely my hero.
Oh, yeah.
Madonna ruins that. Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
So, no, Madonna has a younger man. Cher has a younger man. So they are definitely icons of aging, actually more ways than one, right? Because they exercise, I'm sure, like yeah, they look great physically besides all the plastic surgery. Yes.
We're like sharks. If we stop moving, we're going to die. So you just got to keep moving, keep on going, and that's what it is.
Right.
You are.
Yes, it's true. No Botox.
No, it's a waste of money. Unless, I don't know, if I had a lot of money, I might do it more. But okay.
Well, somebody's going to pay for it for you.
Yeah, it's not in my budget, but okay. Myths and facts about aging. Each of these questions is either a fact or a myth. Can you guess which is which? Antioxidants may help slow aging. Is that true or false? That's a fact. True. A beneficial diet for healthy aging is one that includes antioxidant-rich foods. Very good. Next one is not exercising is the best thing you can do if you want to age well. False. I mean, that's just stupid. I don't know why they put that as a question. Exercising may help slow aging. Yes, definitely. True. Probably even walking is just like one of the best things that we can do. All stress causes health problems. True or false? I read this in advance, so I know that it's false. Some types of stress can be good for you. I don't know what type of stress could be good for you. Socializing requires a lot of brain power. True or false? True. In fact, interacting with others helps keep your brain active and engaged. So, yeah, it's really important to socialize. Just coming here today is really great. Everyone is getting to talk, communicate, meet other people, maybe make some friends while you're here. The senior centers have a lot of activities. They have full calendars. I know I've been to all the senior centers. It's definitely a great place to go to socialize. Tips for aging happily. Okay. Follow a healthy diet. Your relationship with food and nutrition may change as you age. These tips may help. Eat mostly real foods. Look for a variety of fruits, vegetables, and other plant-based foods. Drink plenty of water. Not drinking enough may cause problems with your brain health and energy level. Stop when you're satisfied. Avoid eating until you feel stuffed. Instead, leave the table feeling satisfied. Personally, I was not taught the bottom one. Stop when you're satisfied. I really wasn't. Like, I just wasn't. I was like, eat until you're full, like, Italian, I wanted to eat, like, spaghetti meatballs, and, I wanted, like, I want seconds. Like, I want to feel stuffed. But, right? But now it's because I really wasn't, like, taught that for real. Like, now, as I got older, I'm like, oh, wait, I eat, I gain weight. Like, I have to change my appetite. Like, if...
I'm laughing because my grandmother was the same way. She would say, eat more, eat.
Yeah. Like, totally. Like, I was, like...
It's like eating at a certain time. We were trained that way, and now it's more, I'll eat when I'm hungry.
Right.
Eat to live, not live to eat.
Yeah.
So it's so socialized, and that's why.
You really shouldn't eat after 7 because that's a tough time.
Yeah, so for me, like, I have to, like, retrain myself because I'm used to, like, the kind of 3 big meals a day, and then, also, I used to be able to go out and eat and drink and do whatever, and, I'd be the same weight the next day. Literally now, if I'll gain 1 pound every single day if I just did that, right? It's, so, and also, just change, can't go out to eat as much because everything, it's processed, the fat, you don't know how they're cooking it. Even vegetables are cooked in butter and oil, so they're not as healthy as we hope for them to be. So...
That's a no-win.
Right. Okay, stay physically active. Is exercise the fountain of youth? Physical activity may not be able to stop the clock on aging, but it can help slow its tick. It's never too late to start exercising, but talk to your healthcare provider. Being active has many benefits. Exercise doesn't just benefit your body, it helps your mind too. Research shows it may lead to better memory and reasoning abilities. A variety of activities is key. Don't focus on only one type of exercise. Doing them all will give you more benefits. Ask your healthcare team about aerobic, strength, flexibility, and balance activities. All the Medicare Advantage plans, almost all of them, I believe, come with the silver sneakers. So it comes with a free gym membership. And there's a lot of gyms in this area that take silver sneakers. So if anybody was interested in that, you can go to silversneakers.com to find out the locations. They also have virtual classes if you didn't want to leave the house. So that's just like one option. And then also those senior centers have exercise classes as well. Nourish your brain. Keeping your brain active may help prevent cognitive decline to help you stay happy and healthy. Give your brain a boost with these tips. Learn new things. Learn how to play an instrument, speak a new language, or take classes in an interesting subject. Work on puzzles. Different types of puzzles and brain teasers activate unique parts of the brain. Stay social. Don't leave friendships to chance. Be proactive in meeting people and invest in your relationships. Find your purpose. Some people lose sight of their purpose and passions after retirement. Here's what you should know. Having purpose has benefits. Purpose may reduce the risk of dementia and help preserve physical function. Find what's important to you. Explore new hobbies, travel opportunities, social groups, and spirituality. Consider volunteering. Volunteering is associated with major health benefits. Okay, don't forget to sleep and relax. Sleep and relaxation are pillars of good health, just like eating a healthy diet and exercise. Here's what you need to know. Get plenty of sleep each night. If you're having trouble sleeping, practice good sleep hygiene habits and talk to your provider about sleep disorders. Relax your body and mind. Strike the right balance of stress in your life. Practice relaxation techniques like deep breathing, meditation, and Tai Chi. Be hands-on with your health. Your relationship with your healthcare team may help become more important as you age. Here's what you should know. Partner with your doctor to set goals. Make a plan to prevent diseases or keep current conditions from getting worse. Get regular screenings. Screenings lead to earlier diagnosis when treatment is likely to work best. Follow medication recommendations. Develop a schedule to take your medicines on time and use reminders. CarePlus has free preventative screenings, and once you do 5 preventative screenings, you get your $50 gift card to Walmart, Amazon, Home Depot. Habits, these are bad habits that may speed up aging. If you smoke, quit. Smoking harms nearly every organ in the body, but it's never too late to quit. Quitting smoking lowers your risk of smoking-related diseases and can add years to your life. Don't drink too much alcohol. According to the National Institute of Aging, adults over age 65 should have no more than 7 drinks per week and no more than 2 drinks on one day. That's not so bad. Protect your skin from the sun. Too much sun exposure causes damage to the skin and may lead to skin cancer. Wear plenty of sunscreen and avoid frequent sun tanning. These are all pretty common sense, I think, at this point. We know all that. So let's review. These are the resources. Everybody got their take home? It really does cover everything that we talked about today. I think it's a really good resource. Like, I'm going to, reread it and, try to implement some of these habits for me for a healthy aging happily. Does anybody have any questions or comments, suggestions, advice?
Suggestions, make sure you see a dermatologist every year.
Okay.
Very important.
See the dermatologist.
Oh, yeah, because you don't even know if this brown spot can be a melanoma.
Right, and a lot of people don't see a dermatologist regularly.
I know.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyone else? Any suggestions or yes?
I know quite a lot of people have problems with sleep.
Yeah.
One thing that helps me very well is the 7-11 exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Inhale, count to 7, exhale, count to 11.
Huh?
Just keep doing that.
Okay.
It's a little time in your life.
Okay.
It works like a charm for me.
And easy to remember. 7-Eleven. Right. Okay, that's a good idea. Anybody else? Any advice for aging happily? Well, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. Thank you. Thanks.
Nicely done. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. Thank you.
I'm Joe Steckler. Thank you for joining our program today. I'd like to remind you that our senior information line is available to you at 321-473-7770. There you can get help and direction that could be helpful for your specific situation or circumstances. The work of helping seniors is very important, but we can't do it alone. That is why our sponsors here in Brevard County are so important. I'd like to thank our many area sponsors, businesses, and medical providers who support the mission of helping seniors that help us carry the cost of our media efforts. If you'd like to join us either as a business partner or simply donate as an individual, we welcome your call at 321-473-7770. You are always welcome to visit our website at www.helpingseniors.brevard.org. Thanks so much for your help. It does make a difference.